But my brief remark is that I'm happy that I and my colleague, with whom since he entered, we've had similar perspectives about the governance and the running of the institution of Parliament. He has a wealth of experience and he has his views about how we should be running as Parliament. And we have shared with him, we have contested, we have aspired together with him. So I'm proud that I have him. We are introducing Honorable Jackson Hetima, the MP Arua City. He's joining us in our final push for the signatures, have the matter tabled before the plenary for debate, the matter about corruption, and we are choosing our commission as 1.7 billion. So, Honorable Jackson Hetima, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
And I request you to sign, and thereafter, you address the country. The country is waiting to hear from you. Thank you very much, Honorable, for your clear position in the fight against corruption in this country, where, as you may be aware, entering Parliament is now a blockaded place, a place which should have freedom of movement and debate. You pass through several roadblocks before you reach Parliament in the name of corruption. So I thank you, Honorable, for standing up and for being counted and for always being there with us in this fight. I welcome you to address the country.
Thank you, my colleague, Honorable Sekikubo, senior brother. I take this opportunity to append my signature to join the rest of the members of Parliament of this country in fight against corruption within the third arm of government, that is the legislature, where we feel the Parliament of Uganda needs to come out of the situation it is in. I am on record right from my constituency, but before I move to that point, I would want to once again introduce myself properly as I go to the point. I am Hetima Jackson Lee Buti, Member of Parliament, Arua Central Division in Arua City, and I double as Government Regional Whip for West Nile, and also Coordinator PLU, Patriotic League of Uganda for West Nile. When I joined this Parliament in 2021, of course, I came with so many ambitions and aspirations of what we can do for our country. But as we move along, things seem not to be going in the right direction, and as far as the institution of Parliament is concerned. When my colleagues here came up with this move of censoring the commissioners over the allegations of 1.7 billion that were awarded to them, I took time to do due diligence. I took time to consult. You know, as a leader, as an ally, you cannot just rush and append your signatures on any document. It could be a document to execute you, it could be a document to do anything. So I took my time. And after a very thorough analysis and consultations with my electorates, with other colleagues, with different institutions. Today, I have joined the rest of the team members to append my signature here. Why have I done this? Why is this country the way it is now? This government is run by three arms of government: the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. In my culture, we cook food on ovens, and ovens are mostly set three, like the arms of Ugandan government.
Yes.
You put a saucepan to cook on three ovens. By mistake or intentionally, when one kicks off one oven, one part of the oven, the food will pour down. Now, if the three arms of government of this country, one of it is not straightforward, food will pour down. Which food am I talking about? Service delivery.
Yes.
To the wananchi will be affected.
Yes.
So being one of the members of parliament for one arm of government, that is the legislature, as a member of parliament, where our roles, one of our roles in the constitution is well stipulated that we are supposed to do oversight role. Oversight starts with us, so that when we get out there, it becomes easier. The ones we are doing oversight about can receive us with the dignity.
Yes.
If we become now the point of suspicion,
Yes.
then it becomes very difficult for us to come to any institution that we are doing oversight. We have come here to do ABCD. One of our roles as members of parliament, which is oversight, will die. Then already the one arm of government, that one oven, has collapsed, and it affects the whole country.
It's true.
Last Tuesday, Ugandans mobilized to come and storm this parliament to fight against corruption. Ugandans are wondering why it should start with us, why we should condone and, accept corruption here. When I came for session on Tuesday, I found deployment all over the parliamentary avenues, all the roads which lead to parliament. Just even today, as I was coming to pay tribute to our fallen brother from Karamoja region,
Yes.
my usual entry that I used to use from the eastern wing, I was blocked. I was asked to identify myself. I pulled my ID. They said, no, the road is diverted. A whole member of parliament with identification, road is diverted for you to access where you are supposed to work. Why are the security doing that? They want to safeguard the country. They don't want the country to go into ruins. They don't want this arm of government to go into ruins which are happening in other regions. I applaud the security for that kind of gesture, but it is not proper. We shouldn't be guarded like that. So why do they do that, and why am I signing this? We are saying the 1.7 billion, which is suspected to have been allocated to these commissioners, was erroneous and it was improper. This money will have been used to do other things. This money will have been used to build health centers. We have poor road network in our regions, in our constituencies. We have salaries that are not paid to civil servants. We have ex gratia for LCs which are not paid. We have so many things that need money. But an individual goes with 500 million. An individual goes with 400 million, which is improper. So I am here joining my colleagues on behalf of the people of Arua Central Division and on my own behalf that I have appended my signature. Let this motion be accepted on the floor. Let us debate and find out whether these people are culpable. If they are culpable, then the rest will follow. So I join the rest of the colleagues in making sure that this censure motion moves through. We should be a corrupt-free country. We should be a corrupt-free parliament. We have said this is people-centered parliament. And why are we making it difficult for the people to have trust on us? So this is time for us to now open up This is time for us to clean our dirt. This is time for us to allow ourselves to be checked. Yes. So I take this honor to sign this, and I want to thank you so much for spearheading this, senior, with your colleagues. I am now part of you. We move this journey together for God and my country.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. You see, we're missing this statement, no? But I'm glad we are here today together. And as you see, we are winding up the hunting for signature. The persons who are being awaited have arrived. Now we are ready to go. Except that with Honorable Atima here, and those members of parliament with whom we have been leading this motion, we shall be sitting tomorrow. Incidentally, tomorrow happens to be Friday. Yes, I think it is important that we address you tomorrow collectively, so that we now tell the country that here we've come. I want to thank you most heartily. I want to thank you. This side alone would not have delivered this motion on the issue of signatures, but you made it high. You lifted it high. You put it on everyday business. You prioritized it. You put it on the first lane. So the fourth estate, I and my colleagues, we owe it to you. We thank you. I thank colleagues, members of parliament, and as he has said, it doesn't matter where one joins you, but it is also important that you all move together when you are fully convinced. And here we are. So the question of the signatures, colleagues, we promised we shall be publishing. We shall be publishing so that the country can know who were able to append their signatures. Those who stood to be counted in the fight against corruption. We can't hide it. And for those colleagues, members of parliament, we have not yet published any additional signature can be there, so that for those who are clever to say that you can now write to withdraw, of course it is not permitted under our rules, but in case of anything, any emergency, anything, we need to be sure about that. But as far as the signatures are concerned, the hunting is over. The hunting is over. But only that we received calls from colleagues. Please don't hand in, don't submit. Wait for my signature. I was sick, but I'm coming. So that's why we are leaving that window over this weekend. But I think, Honorable Atima, you will agree with me that by next week, early next week, we issue the notice. Yes, the requisite notice shall be issued. But for now, those who wish to join, those who wish to be counted, those who wish to be on the side of fighting against corruption in this country, can still append the signatures with my colleagues out there in the field. They have the forms. They can come here. They can address the country, because there is nothing now to fear. We are more strong and buttressed when colleagues show their will and stand with us. So with those few remarks, I want to thank you. And I hope tomorrow, I'm getting in touch after our session this afternoon to pay tribute. We are in touch with colleagues. We want to succinctly inform the country how many days are we planning to have this, so that this gets out of the way. You can't imagine how happy I am. I'm particularly being close with my colleague here. I and him aspired for deputy speaker. But when we do this, it is not out of malice. This one, Atima, has strong aspirations. That's why I knew he has to be part of the winning team. I thank you once again. Senyo omubaka Jackson Atima, omubaka akiikirira Arua Central, ate omubaka ate yono ye chief whip wababaka ba NRM abava mu West Nile, ate era mu ngeri endala ye regional coordinator wa PLU mu West Nile region. N'olwekyo nkwaniriza nnyo honorable we bali kujja kutwegattako akabonero ke kazze kalaga nti no parliament etambulidde wamu. Tugamba nti tulina okulwanyisa obukenuzi okujja mu parliament. Kati simanyi bannamawulire emiziziko emeka gye mubuuka ne munnayuganda yenna ajja mu parliament asanga obuzibu bunene nnyo okusobola okutuuka parliament. Lwaki? Bannansi beegugunze nga balwanyisa obukenuzi mu parliament. Kati fe ababaka ba parliament lwaki tugaana okulwanyisa obukenuzi? Naye kyaddaaki Mukama yeebale ntwala okusiima mmwe Fourth Estate abakubye ensonga eno ne mugiteeka waggulu nnyo. Ffe ng'abanoonya emikono twandikisobodde. Tubeebaza, tubeebaliza ddala. Abookubiri neebaza ababaka bannange nti mu buzibu bwonna, okummibwa entambula, okummibwa amafuta, embeera yonna tusobodde ogivuunuka ne tunoonya emikono gino. Kati ekirevu kiwedde okumwa, musigadde kulaba mbalabe ze tusigazza zokka. Tusuubiza nti nno enkya ku lunaku olwokutaano tugenda bategeeza kiki ekiddako, naye lwakuba tufunye honorable karibu sana, tufunye amaloboozi agava mu mikwano gyaffe abagambye nti nno nga temunnawaayo mikono mutulindeko, nze mbadde mubadde tujja. Tuleseewo eddirisa lino nga liggule okuva kati okutuuka Mande. Naye tusuubira tugenda kufulumya mangu notice, era olunaku lw'enkya ababaka bonna ababadde batembeeta motion tugenda kutuulamu twetegeke bulungi tusobole okutegeeza eggwanga kiki kye tugenda okuzzaako. Naye nga kaakati okunoonya emikono kyo Mukama akitusaasidde, tetuwemuse. Musajja omukulu senior member n'owoma omutwe n'ovaayo n'ovaamu ng'ogusima ebbumba kibadde kyannaku nnyo. Naye ndi musanyufu nnyo. I'm so proud bamemba ba parliament ate ne bannayuganda mwenna ababadde bakubiriza ababaka basayininge. Tubeebaza guno omulimu tutandigusobodde ffekka, naye ababaka ne bagezaako ne mubakubiriza ne mubajjukiza ne mubasaba bajje basayininge. Emikono kiwedde. Tulindiridde akadirisa tetunaggalawo kubanga wiiki ejja bwe tunaaba tutwala motion oba notice eriko motion n'obujulizi tujja kuteekako n'olukalala lwabo bonna abasayininze. Ekyo tweyama erimu tugenda kikola, naye nga tuleseewo akadirisa kano okuva olwaleero ekyalwakutaano lwamukaaga Sande paka Mande. Ababaka wadde emikono nangiridde mu butongole nti kiwedde kino, naye omubaka waddembe okujja n'agamba nti saaliwo mu ngeri emu oba endala, naye najja n'ateekako omukono oba n'alaga okwegatta kwe ku motion. Kubanga eno motion teriiko ti nze tuwangudde, ffenna tuwangulira wamu nga parliament, ate bwe tugwa ffenna tugwa walumu nga parliament. N'ekyo mu motion eno temulimu nti nze mpangudde, I'm the winner, the other one is a loser. No, we all lose as parliament if we lose, but we all succeed together as parliament if we succeed. The success is for all of us. So I thank you so much. Mbebaziza mwebale nnyo. Olunaku lw'enkya we are going to address you massively. Team ebadde etembeeta kino honorable nga bw'otuuse mbatusuubiza nti olunaku lw'enkya team ebadde etembeeta ffenna tulina okubaawo and we guide on the way forward. I thank you so much. Olunaku olw'enkya lugenda kubeera nga tugenda kutuula ng'ababaka okwogera ku what happens next. Kiki ekiddako? Emikono gibadde mizibu. Era ne kakati ngenda kutuula wali mukasiikirize kangolo gwo lwonna. Ngenda kutuula ekiwejjewejjo ne kooti njijjemu ntuulaawo. Naye olunaku lw'enkya lwe tugenda okutegeeza ne babaka bannange kiki kye tuzzaako, naye ng'olukalala tugenda dufulumya ne notice egenda ewa speaker nti bwe tuti bwe tusayininze tujja dufulumya ku lunaku, nsuubira ku lunaku olw'ebbalaza, nga ne bannaffe abaagala okutwegattako emikono gyabwe gisobodde okutuuka. Tuleme gamba nti akase emikono giwedde eno motion yaffe. Nedda, motion eno ejja kubeera ku ya parliament kubanga n'ekiteeso kino okukiyisaamu tujja kwetaaga obuwagizi ne support eya buli omu member ku parliament. Tetuyinza gamba nti kuba tusayinize tumaze n'olwekyo yaffe fekka. Nedda, tugirekawo eri ababaka ba parliament bonna abasobola abanaaba batuuse basobola okutuwa emikono. Honorable Lutamaguzi,